Guys, let's add some details to that armbar setup, and let's also explain why I bring my feet together. And the reason I will bring my feet together is just for mobility and other follow-up options, right? So let's keep the setup the same. But obviously, there's going to be variations in how we apply the armbar. There's also going to be variations in how our training partners or opponents react, right? But the setup's the same. We bring our knee in, we throw our foot through. Why? If Tyler, let's just say Tyler lifts his right knee to the sky, just so you can see my left foot. If my foot stays here, it's still a great position, because you can see I'm sort of activating my foot around Tyler's calf and ankle here. And what that does is prevents him rotating his foot and really prevents to some degree, a level of movement and unpredictability Tyler could generate with that movement. But the problem is, if we come back to where we were and Tyler puts his knee back down, if I can't break this grip out, I have no ability to follow up into other attacks. So by taking our foot out and bringing our feet together, so if Tyler lifts it, I'm just bringing my feet together here momentarily. Now when he puts his knee back to the floor and he keeps this grip, now if I can't break this grip, I can use my left foot, the foot that was curling around his leg, I can put that on the ground and start to create different angles here. So we can start attacking submissions in different ways. But when we lock ourselves down and keep that foot hooked, obviously in a perfect world, I get him here, I separate the grip, and we can start applying the armbar, right? But obviously sometimes we deal with very strong opponents. And if I'm just sitting here trying to pull his grip out, obviously it's gonna fatigue him to hold the grip, but it's also gonna fatigue me. So when we meet resistance, we don't need to meet it with further physical resistance on our behalf. What we want to do is try to move around their body. And the way we can do that is by bringing our feet together. And when we bring our feet together, I can use my inside toes on the ground to come up to a head post from which we can potentially follow up into other submissions. And that's what I'm going to show you next. But I want you to see without someone here. So we've thrown it. If this foot's deep, I have no ability to move. If I bring my feet together, I can now use my left foot on the ground to come up to a head. And we can now start to move ourselves around our opponent. If our opponent's not moving and they're just physically resisting us, we don't just need to go full caveman and start trying to rip their arm out. That would be something lower level guys would do. But when we meet resistance and we don't want to meet it back with physical resistance, we want to open up our movement so that we can start to move around their body and find other submissions. And you can see there's other angles to get the armbar, which we're going to cover next, but you can also see that there's options for triangles and potentially back takes as well.